I'm delighted to be back so soon after my last visit here. I congratulate the people of India for a successful outcome on the recent elections. It is also a big day for the region, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi personally has invited us, and we are delighted to be here. During the last 10 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, India has grown spectacularly. The development in infrastructure has been unprecedented. Airports, roads, rails, seaways, IT, all of that growth has been spectacular. Well, I'm delighted to be in India. I'm delighted to be back so soon after my last visit here. That was barely 3 months ago. This is indeed a very big day for India, and I'm honored to be here representing His Majesty the King and the people of Bhutan at the swearing-in of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and that too for his third consecutive time. I congratulate the people of India for a successful outcome on the recent elections, and for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for BJP and for the NDA, they have gotten the mandate from the people. They enjoy the trust and confidence of the people, which reflects their performance in the past 10 years. So it is a big day for India. It is also a big day for the region, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi personally has invited us, and we are delighted to be here.
Sir, how do you envision India under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi?
Well, to look forward, you look backwards, and you see the last 10 years. During the last 10 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, India has grown spectacularly. Infrastructure, the development in infrastructure has been unprecedented. Airports, roads, rails, seaways, IT, all of that growth has been spectacular. In the area of FDI, there's been a lot of FDI, a lot of manufacturing, renewable energy, particularly solar energy, agriculture, poverty alleviation. So to see what's going to happen in Modi 3.0, under Modi 3.0, you just have to look back to see what has happened. And one of the biggest accomplishments has also been the foreign policy, whether it is the immediate region and neighbourhood first policy, or even the successful outcome of the G20 under India's chairmanship, or beyond also. So I can see a lot more growth. I can see a lot more economic growth. I can see a lot more foreign policy successes under Modi 3.0.
So you were here in India recently, and also we saw the visit of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Bhutan just before the elections. So how do you see the growing ties between India and Bhutan?
Well, the ties between our two countries are very strong. I think it's going to get stronger, yeah, and it'll get stronger simply because at the highest levels in Bhutan, under the enlightened leadership of our monarchs, His Majesty the King, and in India, from the President to the Prime Minister, to many of the leaders, and the regard for our two respective countries is very strong, and it is only growing.
Just last question, sir. What can we expect in Modi 3.0 under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi in when it comes to India-Bhutan relationship going forward?
During Prime Minister Modi's visit to Bhutan, he has been very generous with his time, in that he came to Bhutan in spite of his very, very busy schedule. It was at the end of his tenure, and he still came to Bhutan, where he received the highest civilian award from His Majesty the King. During the visit, he also announced his support for all our initiatives, our development initiatives, our plans for the Gelifu Mindfulness City. Prime Minister Modi has given us unconditional support for the Gelifu Mindfulness City. And then for our development plan, Our economy is still recovering, so he's announced an assistance package of 15 billion rupees, 1,500 crores for our economic stimulus package. And then for our 13th five-year plan, he's announced an assistance package of 8,500 crores. So all this is going to be extremely useful for us. And going forward, we have a lot to do together.